10-day forecast. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman. Did you notice that? I noticed that. My voice went real low. Shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated. I should probably tell you, I mean, if I did that, we'd never get onto anything. I'm not just Lilith. I have all my other selves with me. But I have to live the life of Lilith. Why? Because Lilith didn't live out the life that God chose for her. I mean, I lived the life, but it wasn't godly. In my other lives, I served, I did exactly what he said. I was a servant to God. I was a goddess in all those other lives. But not the Lilith. It was a hell no, I won't go. Hell no, I won't go. What's up? In order to keep up with me, which is impossible, I'm light years ahead of you. I mean, seriously, I'm like the beginning of time. We're at the end of time. Seriously? Anyways, going into that, you'd have to at least catch what I posted on my community page and the videos leading up to this. What did I just post? Oh yeah, I was sitting down, watching the rain. Listen to the sound of the rain. Okay, anyways, I was about to start singing. And I got this download. It's like, dude, I don't have to have a hot girl summer. In the essence, what happened today? I saw them installing the biggest fan I've ever seen. I was like, what the fuck are you going to do with that big-ass turbine? Like, that looks like something that should be on an engine of a plane. What are you doing with this? And they couldn't even get it in the door. Literally, they had to pull it up on a whole fucking a dolly and all kinds of shit on a stretcher and shit. And they had to order another one. But they had already put in other fans. So I was like, is that an indication there's no air conditioning system? They're like, it never has been. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh no, bro. I'm supposed to be in Alaska, bro. I was like, oh. I mean, I could do some magic, but... And then I was like, remember what happened last time? And then as soon as I said that, I saw what it would do. And I heard the Holy Spirit say, well, how else will it be done? Last year, I was in Oklahoma, bro, and it was hot. So I played with some weather magic. I wanted to keep it as cool as I could where I was. So I studied the weather, I saw where there was weather, and I pulled it to me. That's all I did, bro. I pulled the weather to me. I pulled the cold weather. So if I saw clouds and I saw rain, I pulled it to me. Well, if you were paying attention, Oklahoma had the worst fucking tornado season they ever seen last year. And the flooding was unfucking real. I myself almost flooded my own car playing around. It was the most beautiful experience. I've never seen a storm with such magnitude and such beauty. I always said that too. It's like, I think it was like the first or second night that I got there and I heard the thunder. I was laying in bed, I recorded a video about it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm back with God. That's what it sounds like when you're there. It's like, the fear. I just made a whole video about it, the fear that runs through the skin, how the skin can't even really understand the presence of God. It brings up nothing but fear. But anyways, yeah, I caused a lot of, funness, tornadoes, and hurricanes and shit. It was hot. So, yeah, I was like, I probably shouldn't do that again. But then when I saw it, it was like, well, I mean, that's the unleashing of, the times. He'll get it done whatever way he gets it done, but why not do it in the glory for me? In the sense of, like, it's not going to hurt me if I call in the clouds. Right now, it is fucking beautiful outside. Fucking love this shit. It's very Oregon feeling, even though I've never been. And it's like, it's not really going to bother me. It's going to make me nice and comfortable. We'll have a nice, comfortable fucking summer. Why do I have to have a killer summer? In the essence, it's like, when the Nile flooded, it brought prosperity to everyone else. It wasn't always the best thing, but... So with that being said, let's get into our 10-day forecast. Do I know it's the day? I don't know. I felt it in the middle of my video. What's the 10-day forecast? There's energies that flow, 3 of them, for 10 days straight. A lot of readers will be like, whenever you're seeing this video, it resonates with you. Well, that's actually true, because in essence, first off, I'm the highest level of light. I am circling with the planets and catching all the energy once it's exactly, like, as it's coming into the atmosphere. I can feel your fucking energy from 2 planets away, is the saying, and it's very true. Now, by the time whoever's watching this, whenever you're catching this, that means you, on your very not to be mean, but in your awakening, you're barely catching this level of your ascension. Truthfully. Don't feel bad. You're just catching on. You're a newbie. You're a newbie. You can't be like me without doing this shit, like, for real. Alright, so let's double check. What's the date? What's today's date? It was supposed to happen at March 31st. What's today? It's the 1st of the month! So, that's when it was supposed to happen. How do you know? I have a date to it, and it actually, you know what I mean? I had to align my energy with the date. Some of them we don't. Some of them we fall off for a couple of weeks. Like, oh, we were not aligned with the energy. We were completely somewhere else. Oh, shit. Hey, I don't... Come on. You're like, what did you see? What's behind the door? Number 26. That's Pock. Pock is on the block. I saw a video. Lumen Moon Tarot is always very... soft. She's all love and light and shit. She's all very soft and shit. She don't really talk about that shit. And that's it too. Because I can see someone, like, they still try to pop up on my shit, and I'm like, hell to the motherfucking no. You're so fucking negative. It's not going to take no minutes for me to get frustrated with you and your shitty ass attitude and the shit you're projecting out of your mouth. Speaking of which, God. I was doing self-care rituals earlier, and Kelly popped up in my head, who is a twin flame that I linked with in the beginning of my twin flame journey when I was still very unhealed and in the same fucking dirty ass, masculine ass, broken ass energy as that bitch is in. Yeah, I was that bitch at a certain, like, fucking 2 years ago, dumbass. Anyways, by that time she had been on the twin flame journey for like 5 years, and so she knew so much, and she was a guide to me, till I tapped into the fact of what karma was and karmic. And I tried to explain to her that these twin flames are karma. We're supposed to, you know what I mean? They're supposed to reflect back our pain. We heal it and overcome it. No, she wants to stay in this, and that's it. It's like, you know, fast forward all the way till today, and I get that message. Just like you said, he's not my man. He's not going to be my man. You know what I mean? He's my past. He's not my future. This girl got it in 24 hours, bro. You are still jockeying a fucking karmic situation, calling it your motherfucking twin flame. All of my karma, all of my twin flames are so fucking karmic. That's all it is. It's our karma that brings us together. Our low vibrational ways. Anyway, so she popped in my head, and there was another one too. Oh, her little friend. And I'll get your little dog too. The little Canadian bitch. You can't say shit now, huh? It worked. Everything I said worked. I told you. It wasn't no fucking fairy tale. What'd I tell you? And that's what I mean. That's what's so freaky to everyone. I prayed and told them. A soulmate gets us out. A soulmate gets us out. And now I'm literally out. Next level, beyond the understanding of human capacity. Fucking literally living in the ancient fucking ways of the books. And they're over there still obsessing, rolling up on someone that they consider that it's okay to do because it's a twin flame. You have not healed any of your funky, dirty, unhealthy ways. And if it was your twin flame, all that means is he's supposed to bring it out on you, like, regularly. He's the contraction. That's that obsession you're picking up on, baby. Talk about obsession. These tarot readers are obsessed. It must be a fucking certain energy within the tarot readers. How come I saw you smoking weed on a fucking, Scorpio? Let me calm down. I was loading something, and then all of a sudden, here comes Oscar, and he's like, I told you guys I was going to smoke some weed with you. And I'm like, why did you tell the Scorpios you were smoking weed with them? Who are you smoking weed with? Do you feel cool smoking weed? And he's like, I'm already high. What happens when you get high? I never considered this. I never considered, I mean, it's not something I can't deal with, but I don't get high. I just smoke weed. Like, what a waste. I know. It's okay, though. Gives me something to do. Most of you just, like, waste your money on other shit. For real? For real. I don't get high. So I was wondering about that. I was like, I wonder what happens when he smokes weed. Are you gonna be a whole weirdo, all paranoid and shit, all in your skin and insecure and shit and weird? People are looking at me. It seems to happen a lot around people when I smoke weed with them. I become very self-aware. I guess it happens in any energy. Going back to it, the destruction of your enemies, where this all circle jerked around, is like there was a bunch of this that came in. She's like, karma's coming for your enemies. I was like, don't start. I don't like those videos. I don't like to hear about karma. Because you don't understand it. And that's the whole department I work in. Why is my life what is my life? Karma? So I don't want to hear about how God's giving someone else karma. Well, congratulations. You get a dose, we all get a dose. Who gives a fuck? Why am I here? Karma? You're just creating more karma for yourself. I can't even stop you from the karma you already created, let alone what you're going to create. I don't walk in karma like that. I don't create new karma. I just clean up karma. And create dharma, is what they say. Good, you know what I mean? I flip the coin. In the sense of, I don't like hearing about it. That's why I don't read the Bible. I don't even like to see it, you know what I mean? In the sense of, I was thinking about A Breezy Summer, and he's like, yeah, there's the destruction of mankind. You're gonna love this. Hey, hold on, dude. I was just talking about, like some afternoon showers and shit. Like, are you serious right now? Yes. We must do it. Who's we? God? Hold on here. Hold on here. I just didn't want to have a sweaty lip. That's about it. Like, come on, take it easy, dude. Take it easy. I don't have any enemies. You've created an enemy in yourself by fighting God. I am very sorry for you. I tried to tell you this. I don't have anybody that, I want bad to happen to them. I be wanting, I'm tempted by the flesh to suck the shit out of Russ and his vagina face. I want to fucking really, I want to scalp him in the sense of, I'm kind of, super gangster, that I want to hold him down with my knees in his back and cut his hair because he won't do it, just to force it. And I'm going to do just the top, so he has to do it. Otherwise, he's going to have this funky fucking hair on top of his head about this much, straight across. In the sense of, a little bit of this. Remember last time this card came, and I was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, Russ. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you, bitch. I'm not so much in my flesh about it. A lot of things have changed. I feel it, dude, but that's God, bro. When I'm in it, and I know what you're doing, and I'm just getting played, and I can't do nothing but, sit there and cry about being, persecuted, take the whipping, I'm mad then. I'm real mad then. But that's where I have to surrender to God. Something simplistic that, if I get mad, I can fuck up the earth, with weather. When I get upset, I fuck up my phone and electricity and all kinds of shit, dude. I can't, You remember that movie called The Firestarter? As if it was limited to one element. So, it's all about that. And, destruction, no, I'm here to witness it. It was supposed to be fun. It's a little sad because I've gained a heart for everyone, so I feel really bad. You know what I mean? But I've said that since the beginning. I just sit inside the gates. I don't think anybody fully understood that. When I got into the light, it wasn't because I was in Oklahoma and I was safe in Oklahoma. It was by the time I had got there, I could rest. And in that place of rest, I had entered the full light. I had left the darkness. And I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see my spirit guides. I cried real hard to talk. What's happening? By this time I noticed I was just with the Ascending Masters. I had started telling you guys that. It's nothing but God's peoples, bro. There's all these beings. They're coming to me. They're asking me for, you know what I mean? They have questions about how I feel, what I saw. It's an interrogation. Bring all that information back to us. Right? So that's kind of what it is, and they're showing me what they should do, and then that's where I get to sit delicate, because I understand God's workings, But I also am given a voice for mankind. As much as I'm a voice to God for you and all of the divine, I'm a voice to, the divine, which is God. I stand in front of him like I did on Saturday, and I fight, I've always fought for the equality of equality. I don't fight for one or the other. I fight for it to just be equal and fair. Why? Because in that moment, it was not equal and fair. What happened between me and Adam was not equal and fair. He tried to assert his dominance over me. And I said, no, we are the same. And he said, no, I am man. I am on top. Something so simplistic, and it tells you in all these cards not to fucking try to restrain a free spirit. Don't try to hold down a fucking, a fucking Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Don't try to do this to them. Don't restrict them. Don't limit them. Don't tell them no. I'm the definition of rebellion. But what do I fight for? Equality. I'm not on either side. I want everything to be balanced. I want it to be, that's what I always stood for. Always. So then later I came back and I helped doing the balancing act. As far as the destruction of my enemies, you're enemies of God by... Jesus had no enemies, bro. He didn't... We don't hate you for what you're doing. We tell God, or he tells us, depending on how bad the situation is. But we don't hate you. And God doesn't hate you. But he made a promise that if you did something to us, there would be consequences. You're stepping in his promised land, bro. He made promises to everyone. And he promised that, do my anointed no harm. I tried to tell you to stop. Not that I was going to get you, but that God was going to get you for this. Your wicked ways. Did you hurt me? Obviously not. Some tears and shit. You hurt yourself. Your future. And that's, it's kind of like all over the place. The videos, the captions. I'm like, ugh, get away from me. I didn't do anything to you. And you were my friend. Or I tried to make you one. Until God showed me the truth and I told you were lying and you needed to change your ways. And instead of changing it, you attacked me. Secretly. But not. He watched the whole thing. I didn't give a shit. I never do. When I saw what Russ is, you sick bitch. That's gross. Wash your hands. What the fuck are you doing? You saw that on TV? Fuck. And that's what I said. The people that fucking pray to me, they're scary. Blood sacrifices, animals, fucking sex, all this shit, all that shit, bro. Where do you think Aleister Crowley learned it all? Through the invocation of the dark goddess and her dark ways. But as I come to heal it and take it all back, you're just over there looking dumb, and God's out to get you. And I'm sorry for you. Let me move on. Ooh, look, my dog's coming. She's out to get you in her sleep. You hear her? She's chasing something, and she's barking. Get him, Nana. Where is she in her dreams? Where do you go in your dreams? She's in the astral world. She's on that ass. Sorry. I feel for you. I don't have any enemies. They're just people that turned on me. But they're enemies of God because all I was doing was God's works. So, go fuck yourself. On page 124, 125, Deacon 26. Hut, hole. Kentu Heru. It's from the Kentu group, and the mineral is gold. Destruction of enemies. Most people in the modern era don't have the pressing need to behead their enemies in the way that Seti the First did. Off with their head has always been their fucking motto. But this card details much more than just your enemies who are attempting to take your throne. It includes anyone who is attempting to destroy your serenity, peace, and joy. You can surely think of at least one or two people whom you want to leave you alone, with whom you have been in conflict. Off with their heads. But you know, it's so easy how to hate you. It's hilarious because it's mind games to the fucking mental. The material is mental. You know what I mean? If we were fighting actual giants, it would take brute force. I don't have to physically touch you at all. Even if I was to fight you, I would outwit you and drive you into madness. But something as simplistic as ripping away your little toys or something like that. The flood that causes the fire in your studio and burns down your house. How lovely is that? I wait for that day. I never create something in my mind just out of an imagination. I saw it. It happens. It's an electrical fire that happens in his studio during a rain, and he's not there. And it burns down his house. Completely? No. But enough that he has to start over. I got that message from her. She's like, you told me that would happen with the tires. She said, I'm never driving by his house again. It's like, that's a good girl. That's what I told her, good girl. Some of you won't learn. I'm glad she's learning. I'm glad she's learning. Because it's like simple stuff like that, you know. I invited her this weekend, but she had shit to do, but she invited me for Cinco de Mayo. So, you know, that's still cool. This card also can refer to spiritual enemies. The Deacon focuses really on overthrowing spiritual forces. So if you are up against a spiritual adversary, you couldn't possibly... Who are you coming up against? Which part of me? If you're not... which part? You want to take on Morgan? You want to take on Callie? You want to take on... And ultimately, it doesn't matter because you're catching Kanyen. And that's the strongest fucking level of fucking force, is love. The more love I give you, the more it destroys you. Doesn't matter. You can't out-hate me. But in the essence, I'll let your hate destroy you. I don't have to, match it. I know how much you're dying for attention. Slowly. You're gonna die nice and slow off of this one. Real slowly. I'm gonna watch the life leave your eyes. Both colored up ones. Very intimate. Straight to your face. I'm gonna watch this. Where your whole soul gets sucked out of your body. So simplistic though, because it's not like I'd have to reach in my heart or do any magic. Something as simple as taking away your toys will take away your soul. When that house burns down with your cars and your plaques and your music and your dogs and everything you've ever when you have nothing to show for your life, your soul literally will leave your eyes, and I will be there to see it in the astral. I will watch over that moment. I told you, enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy every moment of it that you can build, because I will watch as you sit there and it destroys you, as it crumbles and you're inside of it. You will not rise from these ashes. I have no memory. I have no imagination. I saw it. It happens. And you're not even home when it happens. It doesn't matter if it happens this tour or your next gig. It will happen. Know that. Why? Because you made a shrine to yourself and you put yourself above God. So God is going to rip yourself out and show you who is God. And show you that you are not bigger than God. And that you cannot go forward without Him. He's doing that to everyone, but yours will be epic. Epic. And who will stand next to you? Your little wife and child. Be epic. They stand at your mama's house. Boo-hoo, childhood trauma. Your fucked up dad and your fucked up mama. If this card is found in conjunction with any other card that involves conflict, it is a sure sign of success. That is, a dispute. Why wouldn't I win? Why would God let you win against Him? Why would He give you any favor? Why would He let you proceed? You'll be eating off the ground just like fucking Kanye and Nebuchadnezzar. And I'll be sad about it, because I loved you. I saw a beautiful life with you. I saw a future. But I also saw this. I see the possibilities, but I see where you're going. I can't save Lewis no more than I can save Russ or anybody else. How much do I really know? Doesn't matter, it's not enough to make you change your life. It's not enough to make you change your life. I could tell you, but the knowing won't make you change anything. Because it's all about changing yourself. Going back to Anakin, she saw where his self was taking them. If he didn't stop himself, that was the destiny for all of them. So instead he just brought it on. Because he didn't stop himself. He worked harder at himself than he did. Then, you know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead. Cook it in there. Anyways, Kentu Haru, deacon can be comprised of two deacons, the upper and lower parts of the Kentu, and the name is not found in the Egyptian mythology. It is possibly the only deaconal god that does not have an established identity. One translator suggests the name may mean snorting one. I could barely see, which is really good because I got an appointment tomorrow to get my glasses. But the first character in the deacon's hieroglyphic name was W17. Ooh. Universally stands for a leader or a person who is in command. Hey dude, that's one of our lucky numbers. This is closer to the core function of the deacon as described in the naos of the deacons. So even though there is no solid historical record of Kentu as a deity, he can be viewed as a military leader. The dukes and princes of hell is what I saw. It is also worth noting that its important official during Pharaoh Teti's reign, Chief Lector Priest Meruka, had a son named Kentu. The artwork on this card comes directly from the tomb of the wall of Seti I, the Valley of the Kings. Part of the Book of the Gates, it depicts the deceased pharaoh carrying off the head of his enemies. The full art stretches about 6 meters and has dozens of repeating figures, emphasizing Seti's prowess as a military commander. In ritual work, primary function is to expel rebels from Ray's boat and ensure that the sun can rise each morning freely from obstacles. This deacon is also good for dealing with eye disorders. Shut up! I'm not really getting glasses tomorrow. I'm going to get my eyes checked. Isn't that funny? I was like, I can't see. They're like, oh, we're going to work on that. They always do that shit with me. Yeah, I set that up. And, I mean, you set yourself up. It's a setup, bro. Everything you do is being jotted down. It's a calculator. It's a calculator, bro. And you're going to have to come back and pay for all that shit that you're, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's why I'm here. That's why I have to overcome so much, because I have to overcome what I did in past lives. It's only been done to me this life, but I did it in other lives to other people. Not like children and shit, but sort of. I damned a lot of things. I was, this is it. If not this life, the other. You gotta think about Medusa. You gotta think about, all the untamed dark goddesses. That's what I'm taming. My experiences, put a fucking leash on me for sure. They put a brand on me, a chain on me. And so I go back to this experience, having experienced it on both sides of the spectrum. With the understanding, why did this happen to me? So that you can, this is your karma. Not all of them, but most of them I can show you that this is just from a past life. Most of them I can show you that. I didn't create any karma for me in this life. I didn't steal, I didn't lie, I didn't cheat, I didn't hurt people, I didn't do anything where I've got to look over my shoulder, something's gonna get me. Nah, bro. All of my past life karma already played out in my first part of my life. Now I gotta spend the rest of my life just sorting through it so I can be free. There are lessons to be learned, dude. That's it. I'm learning all my lessons in one life so I can be free. It's real simplistic. You guys know, bro, you're creating more lessons for more lifetimes and lifetimes to come, and you're passing the lessons on to your children. If you take on the mark of the beast, right? If you mark yourself in the sense of the scarlet letter in spirituality, your children wear it too. How? Their behaviors. Your behaviors is what got you this mark. Alright? The children to be the same marks. You're both marked. Your time is numbered. Sorry. I can't save everyone. I can't save anyone. Because realistically, and that's where I took on too much, everybody else, all of these ascending masters tried with you before. This is just my chance. I get a chance too. Let Lilith try. Let the goddess try. And I was very confused because he was to come and save you. And then I realized, no, he is coming to judge your bitch asses. I mean, the message itself was supposed to save you. And if we spread it loud enough and far enough, maybe that we can save a couple. Whoa, did you hear that? Confirmation. I mean, I can't save you. I can't save my mother, my brothers, nobody. I can't save my kids. My daughter, bro, she's got karma, bro. She got instant karma, but she's got a bad attitude. She's asking for it. She's got a hard life. She's gonna have to turn from her evil ways, bro. I'm trying to teach her new ways, but, she's an asshole. Not today. She was happy and the crowd went wild, but at any time. And that's any of you. You're gonna have to atone for what your sins is what they call it. Like every time you fucking acted up and hurt somebody, you're gonna feel that later. Your children are gonna feel that. People are gonna feel that. Like, dang, I know. Let's keep going. Odin's son. I couldn't find the I love Thor. I couldn't find the guidebook. I was like, Odin's son. And then I started laughing real hard down there. And it actually fell out of the fucking it was outside of the box. I was just laughing. Odin's son. That's what they always called Thor. It's like he didn't even have a name. Oh, it's just Odin's son. That's what that meant. And when you saw Odin, it was like, oh, the All-Father. Meaning he's the father of all. He's the All-Father. You didn't call him Odin. Everyone else called, you know what I mean? That's like my mom. Like, I never called her a name. I called her Aunt Sue. She was like everybody's Aunt Sue. It's funny because she was like everybody's aunt, but nobody's mother. Just kidding. Alright, where are we at? Odin's son. Yeah, there's a good one. I think we'd read this before. Doesn't look so good. I think they're coming for your soul. You're like, what? I don't know. I mean, sorry. What's the name of that? I know, Rune. Let me just shut my mouth. I was like, I think they're coming for your soul. This is really dark. I didn't say I was anything but. I said I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry, my friend. The door is that way. I tried to tell you. If you want to live, come with me. Jesus said, bro, if you don't bear no fruit, then you bear no fruit. Then he curses you. If you're not going to give out anything good, then what the fuck are you... All you're doing is putting out bad. If you're not putting out good, you're putting out bad. You are putting out, for sure. And you're sucking in all of the good to put out this bad. So it's better just to put you out. I'm not doing it. I just understand the doings. Journey, natural rhythm, union. Oh, okay, they're not coming for your soul. Not tonight. I mean, they could. Just, you need to understand this. These are universal understandings, bro. Page 115. Rain indicates that you are about to begin either a physical or inner journey. I kind of felt it. I started unpacking my car and I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I do this, it's going to be time to go. The weather's getting funky. I don't know. Be mindful of your inner balance, which reflects the natural state of equilibrium between heaven and earth. Get in tune with natural rhythms, which helps you to align with your tuned self. The journey is always about who you are, your authentic self, the union or spiritual trinity of inner male, female, and child. I told you that. That's today. That's Beltane. It's the communion of God and Goddess, and which means the birthing of the new child. It's the Trinity. Allow the heartbeat of heaven and earth to become one with your heart. Feel the cosmic waves hold you while you let go and trust. I'm trying, God. Meaning what? Trying to embrace the darkness. In the darkness, I'm always looking for the light. Right? So that keeps me busy, if you will. I'm just supposed to sit here. It's really hard in this state of mind. I know you guys have seen me sit a lot, but the state of where I'm sitting, it's not... Remember when he told me, I just want you to be happy? I just want you to be comfortable. I just don't want you to worry. Just stop worrying. Just be comfortable. Just take this rest. Take this as a vacation. Relax. I never really listen to him when he says that. I can only do it for so long. And I get really irritable and antsy and I burst into flames. Because I'm not doing anything. And he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything, so I'm not doing anything. And I get tired of him not doing anything, so I start doing stuff. Just stuff. Just to do something rather than nothing. And I'm trying not to create a landscape for myself. I know that's not what anybody would want to hear. It's like, what do you mean, bro? I'm trying to be obedient, bro. When my mind tries to put an idea of what the landscape can look like, what I can do in the future, or what my future looks like, I have to forcefully erase that. Why? Because I'm trying to let God create the landscape and not me. He didn't put that there. It's my mind putting ideas together. I'm seeing it. What is it?
Do you have a spatula?
A spatula? No, but I'm like one of those mothers that can do some crazy shit with my hands and not get burnt. Let me see. Get a plate. So do you have a spatula? Dude, I used to watch Mexican women do it too. Like, for real, they would just grab hot tortillas and all kinds of shit. There you go. Don't burn yourself, that's really hot. Enjoy your pizza. Yep. Alright, that's what's common, and that's what I said. My son would always be doing what? Eating pizza. My daughter would be eating chips, he'd be eating pizza, and the dog would be licking her butt in my videos. That's how most of my videos go. We've outgrown all of that. Oh, I don't know, she might be licking her butt down there. It's a lot of that masculinity, I'm telling you, as the masculine wants to take control. Make a plan, execute a plan, build a fire, build a home, build a future, make the world a better place. That's all my masculine energy. All the doing is masculine. Like, what are you going to do then? Nothing. For how long? As long as I can. I haven't even started, really. serious? I mean, if you really understand how difficult this has been, every day since this started, I wake up every day trying to create a new world for myself. Some way, I'm trying to plant a seed for my future. I'm trying to create a future on a seed that I can plant today. I spend a lot of time planting seeds of intention. Well, I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do that. It's kind of what that card was saying earlier about the Princess of Wands. You know, you do a lot of things, but you don't follow through with them. Because my heart wasn't in it. It was my mind. Just acting. Doing. I tried to explain that, you know. Putting in an applications is just doing. It's not what I truly want. And it's not what God wants. And it's not, you know what I mean? So therefore, if it's not what I want, and it's not what God wants, but I'm doing it, is any good going to come from it? So I had to accept that in Oklahoma. The helplessness of it. I can't do anything, Mr. Plum. I've got to wait till God shows me what to do. I can't get a job. I don't know. I got to just wait. And it was very difficult. I can remember sitting there, but then the idea came, and it was the best idea, and it was what made me happier than anything. Nothing's pushing me as hard as I'm pushing myself. You know what I mean? And even the social worker told me that yesterday. She's like, even, and that's what she reminded me, is how long it took me to actually start my job in Oklahoma. I had a job within the first week I got there. It took me like a month and a half later to start the bitch. They told me that there was nobody on the wait list for housing the week I got there. They didn't even call me until 4.5 months later when I was already back here. In the essence, it's like I'm trying. I'm always trying to produce this future. Just to produce a future. Not necessarily a future I want, just to have my hands on something. To get my hands dirty and to have my focus on something. Because I've got so much fire, I gotta put it somewhere. I gotta do something with myself. I've got all this, shit. All this energy to do some shit. And it's not about that. That's all masculinity. Getting things done is moving in your masculine. What do I have to do? Nothing. That's what I mean. I keep fucking telling myself, giving myself things to do just to keep myself busy. And in essence, every time I do it, I'm not doing what he told me to do. So I'm doing it every day. So I haven't actually started this. All transparency. And that's what I said the other day. I was like, what the fuck do bitches do all day when they're married and taken care of? They enjoy their life. I'm not enjoying it, bro. I never really have. There's moments where I'm like, look at how great this is. But it's only a moment. And then my brain turns on and starts going back into survival mode of what comes next. What about the future? It's not poverty anymore. It's not lack anymore. It's another layer. So it was a poverty mindset that kept me chasing. I don't have anything. And I never have enough, and I won't have anything, right? And then it was, the poverty mindset and the lack mentality, right? I didn't have the things that other people had, so I didn't have anything. But I learned to appreciate what I had and this and that. So what's happening now is just the actual desire to be in movement. And I can see myself crying at God in Nevada about this same thing. I've cried to him many times about this. I'm not overcoming it. It's here again, and they say I'm doing better, but I don't see it when I can see how well I did in Oklahoma. But maybe I didn't do so well. I don't know what you want, God. So I feel like I gotta do something while you're busy. At least keep the house clean or something. I gotta do something while you're gone. He doesn't want me to do anything. And I don't know how to accept that. Before, you know, when I was stuck in my car, I couldn't do anything. It's a choice. Before he made it where I couldn't do anything. Like, you know, like, I had nowhere to go. I had no money to spend. I had nothing to do. I just kept hoping for this future. Whatever that future was going to look like. And so, that's what I'm trying to say is, I'm always looking for the light in the darkness instead of just sitting in the darkness, sitting still until the light finds me. I don't know how to explain it in words. I can't find peace. My masculinity is keeping me from peace. Again, this isn't new, but it's always the same part of me that does this. And why is it happening? Because it's like as soon as you try to take one step forward, you take 10 steps back. Meaning, I am so ready for this, and then all of a sudden, the fuck I'm not! And it comes up so big and bad, twice as big as it ever was. It's like you cut off a head and 3 more grew. I mean, if I could put it in simple words, it's like I'm still trying to take care of stuff instead of being taken care of. It's far more intense than something that's simplistic. I mean, it's hard. When it's in reverse, you can expect disruptions in your journey. Whether it is a physical or inner, you are off course. If you have lost your way or gone in the wrong direction, regroup. When your inner compass breaks, we have the opportunity to recalibrate, examine the union between ourselves and spirit. The soul, body, and holds your infinite journey. There's a lot of times when this happens. It's happening a lot this year. I've seen what happened at the hotel too. It's like, it's just like a transplant, like an organ transplant where the body is rejecting it. Your body is rejecting this fucking, you know what I mean? This new life source. God showed me in the hotel around January or February what the future was going to look like. And I started throwing a huge fit, and I don't want to be part of that. And so I created this other outlet for myself, and I held on to it real tight. And it was to run away into the woods and go work for, the campground and buy my trailer. And I'm like, yeah, God, I'll still do it, but I'm going to do this too. But my heart wasn't true. I was really just trying to run away and go create something for myself. I really didn't give a shit about the documentary and, expanding my viewing. I didn't really give a shit. I just wanted to, again, I'm always wanting to do me. So that's what I was going to do. And I'm like right there, and I've got the money, I'm about to do it, and then they call me into here. And it sets everything into a new direction. It's not that I can't get on that old timeline, but I know that old timeline was unhealthy because that's not really what I wanted. It was just an out. It was just an out. So here we are again, where God's showing me that what he wants next. And I'm like, which is the Persephone and all of this. And I'm like, as much as I want to accept it, the body is rejecting it. Which is what my masculinity is going into overdrive. As soon as I become vulnerable in my femininity, it makes my masculinity fucking flare up real hard. Best way I can describe it. No matter how many wrong turns you make, you can always find your way back to by reconnecting within. And that's a pattern. Meaning I'm breaking a pattern. Again. Meaning it wasn't broken before. This is a new layer of it, you know. And that's just it. It's like when certain things happen, you go into a pattern. Like, why is this happening? Why am I regressing? Because you're progressing. In essence, every step you make forward, new levels, new devils. Even though you've made it across, all you're facing is darker shadows. Darker demons. Darker fears. All that means is you made it through last week's fears, limitations, and, you know what I mean, misbeliefs. As soon as you get through that barrier, you're facing new fears, limitations, and misbeliefs. You don't get to like me without doing it every day. So every day I'm facing new fears, limitations, and misbeliefs. Right now it's just totally reprogramming the masculine in me that I need to build a new future for myself right away. What is the fear? If I don't follow this and get a job fast enough, they're going to put me out. I have to comply. I have to stay busy. She made it clear that it's going to take time, and I have time. Right? So, but the fear is, I'm not doing enough to get myself out. That this is on me. I have to get myself out of here. Do you hear that? I've got the wrong mentality. It's a mentality right there. It's not that God is going to come and rescue me, but He will, in a sense. He will show me how to get out of here. I don't have to do this by myself. And I don't have to do it their way, whoever they are. I don't have to do it your way or anybody else's way. He's going to make a way. Hey, drink some. And that's the difficult part of what I do. It's not that I'm not going to get a house. And that I'm not going to get out of here. And that there's some unbelievable possibility that I will ever end up back in my car out of anything more than choice. I don't have to go back to learn those lessons. Alright, going forward though, I need to understand these lessons. I don't have to do this alone. I just have to wait for God. I've never had to do it alone. He's got a better plan. He's going to reveal His plan when the time is right. Just chill. God's got me. In the essence, it's a surrender to, you know, my father, but more or less my husband. It's like God's got you. He's going to take care of your needs. He's going to protect you. He's going to make sure that you have a home and that your family is taken care of. It is His promise, but He wants me to walk in that promise and not, you know what I mean, make a plan B. He wants me to plan on Him and stick to the plan, no matter what. And sometimes, just like the rest of you, I feel like I can plan something while I'm waiting. I can do something. It's really hard. But that's it. It's like, you know, that's all pride. Building it all by myself is just to say I did it by myself and you can't touch it. But I don't want to do it by myself. So, you know what I mean? You see how it's programming. I'm being told by the outside world that nobody can do it but me. And if I don't do it, it won't be done. But my inside world is telling me not to do anything and watch Him do everything for me. Like, how could that be? Not everyone has those can walk in that same promise, you know what I mean, as the priestess it is, though. Put me in a nun dress and tell me that it's any different. I am His priestess, bro. And me and my family serve Him. We should be able to depend on Him. He never asked his nuns or priestess to be men. All he asked them to do was be women of God. They don't do that. Priests don't do that. Priestesses don't do that. That's broken masculinity. It's power, control, and pride. It's not surrender. It's not working in his wonders. It's not walking in faith and trust. It's walking in my own understanding of what I am capable of, not believing what he promised he could do. Does that resonate with any of you? I know, I'm tired now. Oh God, leave me a message. Wear me out with it. What is that about? I don't know. Did you guys catch that? All I caught was my own healing. I'll have to rewatch that one. What was the energy? Healing. Stop moving. Alright, what's in the Krishna energy? Good fellas? Buddha, Vishnu, Krishna. What we got going on here? What do we have over there? The destruction of our... Oh my God. I want to believe it. I want to believe in you. I'm trying really hard. But as much as I want to see the future, dude, my past is coming back real heavy, dude. And it's scaring me, and it's pushing me into all of my fears and everything. Everything, bro. It's going to, every time, the closer I get, bro, the more it comes out. I want to believe in you. I want it to work. I'm just fixing my cards, taking a minute, because I feel like I'm going to cry. Well, no matter how you look at it, my gods have arrived to destroy my enemies, whoever they may be, whoever seeks to disturb my peace, is what this ultimately means. I like that. I said, you silence my haters. I worship the fragrant three-eyed god. I can't see, guys. Lord Shiva, who nourishes all beings. May he liberate us from death for the sake of immortality, as easily as one separates a cucumber from its stalk. Hey, Marina Bobbitt. Death is our only way out, but for someone like me, it's like it's not an option. You can't really take your life. That's what the 27 Club learned. You can't. I mean, you could stop it, but you're just gonna have to restart it. And the circumstances are you've inherited more karma. Anyways, sexual prowess, I'm feeling it. We got this full moon in Scorpio, it's definitely gonna come in. Union with a good marriage partner. He might not even have commitment issues. This might be my own problem all the way around. Detachment from life's unexpected changes. Yep, there's change coming. Numerous benefits from worldly enjoyment to liberation. That'd be nice. I don't really enjoy the things of this world, but I definitely like the freedom. I like the open spaces. I don't like shopping centers and groups and crowds and fucking... I like good food. But I don't like to go to a restaurant and sit there and dress up just to be fed. I don't like the price they put on it. I can cook. I am a very good cook. My kids don't like to eat good food, but I have traveled all over and learned how to cook all kinds of things. I like to eat. Especially with this tourist, it's all about, the finer things. It's like, I like fine things, but not the things that you like. You like the fine things of this world. I just like, the fine things that God made. But you have to understand, that's my home. I, Lilith, am created of the dust of this earth. So naturally, all I knew was the garden. There was no people in the garden. It was just me in the garden. The trees, all of God's creatures. Okay? And then you go on to Lilith fled the garden. Where'd she go? With all of the freaking divine beings. Again. You know what I mean? No people. No people. And then ultimately, you know, into the tree, you know, I'm always in my own dark spaces. So it's like, as far as worldly enjoyment, I love the world. I love the world. It is our planet. I was singing Little Dicky. That was a funny song. And there's Kanye West.
Kanye West.
I don't know what's better, that he pointed him out or that Kevin Hart did his voice. That was the best. You got voiced by a little guy.
Our mascot was so small. Smaller than me.
I love it. Anyways, I want to believe in all great things. Like I said, worldly enjoyment. I mean, there's some fun stuff. I want to ride a horse. I like animals. I like outside a lot. I like that. In the essence, dude, I wouldn't be, if I, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be opposed to going back into the car if the kids thought it would just be fun. But they're not up for that. It wasn't, I don't think, fully fun for them. I enjoyed our car camping experiences. They were stressful in the sense I was always wondering what was going to happen, but looking back, it was a lot of, you know, greatness. Like, again, I got to cuddle my kids. We got to be close. We spent a lot of time together. And when I wasn't in the car with them, I was outside just staring at the beautiful land all the time. It wasn't horrible, bro. I'm definitely wanting to go outside. It could just be the day too, you know. Beltane is really calling me. It's outside is ugly though. It's all there's all these showers that just keep coming in. It was like 90 degrees and then it was like fucking raining and thunderstorming and all kinds of stuff. It's very inconsistent. It's not really the day to build a fire. You might start a fire. Yeah, Shiva was my partner. You know what's right under it? The Lord and Lady of Destruction. Do you see who she's standing on? She's standing on her man. It's just a cool story. You know, as the goddess of hell, it's like, man, it wasn't always bad to be, you know. What God made me wasn't always bad. All powerful and shit. It still lies within me. I just don't use it. What the fuck I need that for? And then you stand on people's heads and cut their throats and shit. You can go to jail around here. They got terrible food and shit. I'm not doing that. I mean, there's, you know, there's always a consequence of, you know, them coming to get you. I'm the type to fly south to them. I'm just kidding. Alright, we read all of those. That's our 3D energy. That makes sense. That's our 10-day 3D energy. I got a Kabbalah card, which I never really usually pull, but we're going to pull a Kabbalah card out of there and see where we are in the tree of existence. And then we're going to go specifically, because I did bring the Notoria. Notoria, I want one of those donuts. I just remembered I had a glazed donut over there. That sounds good. Oh, we're in the warrior. As much as I'm putting down my sword, it's the hardest fight I've ever had. It's not that I'll never fight again. It's that I'm going to take it off. It's like I'm seeing Morgan. It's like I'm going to take this off. Somehow, I'm going to pull this off of my skin. It's a fight. I don't know where this motherfucking card is. Warrior. It's probably in the back because, you know, you gotta have some experience. There it is. Told you. Page 72 and 73. I'm not going to read all this because you don't understand it all. Indecisiveness comes from understanding fluidity, but not being caught up by it. To be a warrior is to have a goal, and whatever stands between the warrior and his goal must be removed. As a warrior, you must employ the decisive strokes that separate useful from redundant. And that's it too, being aware that every time I engage with these guys, that all I'm doing is they're nothing more than bringing out my karmic ways. I'm engaging from an unhealed place with these guys. Is more understanding to stop engaging with them. I mean, it can be said that you bring out the worst in me. But I can alchemize anything that's inside of me, but it's like, why do I just keep going back for more? Granted, I'm meant to see, look through you and heal. But I don't have to, you know what I mean? There's a better way to be done. This has to be, it's redundant. I'm just seeing me and Russ sitting there knifing each other in the stomach, just sitting there just poking each other with a knife, but nothing's hurting. We're just stabbing each other for fun. And people are just watching us like, what are you doing? I don't know. Passing the time, I suppose. That's kind of what I see in this moment. Good from bad, healthy from disease. The gardener is a warrior, looping off ailing branches, uprooting weeds that threaten to choke the flowers. The cook is a warrior, cutting the fat from the meat and paring the skin from the vegetables. And it is that simplistic. They're showing me tarot. Like, cutting the fat. It's like, I'm not going to open this because I know there's something in there that's low vibrational that's going to make me sink to a low vibrational level with you. You know what I mean? In the sense of, it's not running away from the fight, but not seeking to the low vibrational level with them. That's the next challenge. Killing them with kindness. Cutting the fat from the meat and preparing it for the skin and paring the skin from vegetables. The psychologist is a warrior, listening patiently to everything, but cutting through to the core of the real meaning. The academic is a warrior, considering all evidence and discarding what is useless. Thus, higher training of a warrior is to choose his or her goals wisely. Should warriors waste their whole life in pursuit of a goal that may be unattainable? Building my whole life up by myself is unattainable. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's gonna take all of my happiness away, and it's not called for. A woman like me doesn't need to be single and doesn't have to do this by herself. I don't need to put this on someone else to do for me, but I'm worthy of being cared for. And that's where this is all coming into play, is walking and understanding that I'm worthy of this. It can be done. It's not impossible. You got Sugar Daddy Russ over there that his love language is Apple Pay. And as this song goes viral, it's going to show that every man is capable of taking care of a woman or her children. I mean, you said it. You got the money. Put your motherfucking money where your mouth is, motherfucker. In essence, guys are running around screaming how they want to take care of women or how they do, and they can. And I walk around with the attitude like, you're never going to take care of me. Alright, let's see this happen, God. And that's where I stood in front of him. You fucking promised. Where's this fucking promise? Where's this guy? God asked me to build the church, right? He didn't ask me to build Barbie's Playhouse. He asked me to build the church. I have the vision of the church and the communities and all that. It's living in two worlds, bitches. It's kind of really difficult to understand. It's not what I was meant to do. I'm just following in the patterns of the footsteps of the fucking flesh. I could say it real vindictively. Bitches get away with fucking never getting a job and getting taken care of their whole fucking lives that are twice as ugly as me. That have half the skills I have. That can't suck a dick. But yet they manage to get fully taken care of. I'm not going for that in a dude. I'm trying to have that relationship with God first. and then go forward on that. And he has shown me that he's fully taken care of me. But now he wants me to believe that someone else can do it. And better. And that was, you know what I mean? I didn't believe you could do it. Now you want me to, you're just gonna, you know what I mean? What? Like in the middle of this custody battle, which is God giving Persephone over to, you know what I mean, another god. It's like, hold on. I'm about to create my own fucking way out of this. I'm gonna dig myself out. Shawshank Redemption. I'm not going with him. But then it's like, why not? God thought you were worthy. I mean, God does what's best for me, not what's best for you, but ultimately what's best for everyone. If he chose this, then why am I fighting it? Because I just fight wrong. And it's going against my belief system. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's happening right now. It's going against my belief systems. If I don't save myself, nobody's going to save me. If I don't build my kingdom, nobody's going to build it. If I don't get a house, we're going to go homeless again. And God's trying to tell me it's not on me. Not all on me. I don't have to do this alone. So every day I try to go out and do it alone. I'm realizing that I'm disobedient. I'm being disobedient to what God said. He said I don't have to do it alone. And that's where the lack of focus is because I'm trying to get off my path, create a different path, find a different way. And that's why I'm ungrounded, because I'm not doing what God said. Why? I believe it's truly just patterning. I think it's just my skin flaring up. I'm no more bored than I ever was. And this time I actually have, you know, some movies and stuff. And the days are flying by. I'm not really bored. Sometimes all I can do is watch what happens. You know what I mean? Wait till the fire burns out and try to rise from whatever that the fuck was. It's not a battle against, you know what I mean, against submitting to an actual man. It's not an actual battle against submitting to God. It's a battle to believe, you know, submitting to a new belief system. What I meant by what the social worker said, she's like, you can only do so much, and it's not going to happen overnight. But yeah, let's turn up your application process. That's it. You know, try to put in more. Okay, cool. But in the sense of, you know what I mean? She was trying to reassure me that, you know, not that it's not all on me, but it's not going to happen in overnight. And then, you know, it's just kind of little pieces of reassurance that, you know, trying to hold me together. Because, like, you know, you go back to the other day and I'm like, I can't find no reason to live. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. I don't know. What does it mean that you're going to be taken care of? I can't see that. I've never seen that in my life. I can't see what that means. So because I can't see it, I'm going back to something else I see, which is me taking care of myself. I don't know what that means. So that means I can't manifest it because I don't know what it means. I can't see what it means to be taken care of. So I don't really have a direction. I don't have anywhere to put this. And that's the whole point, is you can't do anything about this. Just sit still. I'm taking care of this. Well, what am I supposed to do? Just enjoy yourself and get ready. I've got a surprise for you. I don't like surprises. I know what's happening. And he's not, you know, I mean, it's all internal. Back to the warrior. Let's get out of here. I feel like you need an ice cream or something. I got real hot in that one. Thus, the higher training of the warrior is to choose his or her goals attainable. That's it too. Perhaps, sometimes the fight, even without a final victory, is a triumph in itself. A statement of a human desire for justice or freedom, or even the victory is likely, the warrior must calculate whether it is worth what may be destroyed along the way. A warrior knows when to avoid a fight, and also when the real wisdom is to walk away from the battle without regret. That's what he's trying to do, is stop fighting. Life task. You are fighting for what you want, but remember what you need, remember that a fight need not be a terrible struggle. The more accurately you act, the less wear and tear to yourself. That's it, your actions. Be ready to chop out dead wood and keep only what is genuinely useful. Time for misplaced sentiment. Sorry. I've got to do what's right for me, and what's right for my growth, and what's promised to me. I don't even have a fucking bad feeling about it, to be honest. I gotta be seriously honest. If the possibility of this working out and me fucking walking away from all of you, I don't feel bad about it. I'll be nothing but grateful, dude, to be set free. I won't feel bad about it. I gave it my life. All life that I had inside me, every day I gave it my life. I gave each and every one of you your healing, my life. If you don't support my happiness, then I mean, ultimately, why watch me if you never wanted me to be happy? Why watch me when that's all I watch you for? Well, in essence, my haters, they're coming for you. They're coming for anyone that disturbs my peace during this time and any other time to come. Possible meaning, a battle or conflict, trouble which must be faced, an opponent, discrimination, rigorous training, the need to act decisively. I mean, I just feel like I'm in an internal battle. Nobody's gonna step to me. The trouble must be faced. I need to face this, dude. I need to surrender to myself. I need to allow myself to be a girl. I said this to, you know what I mean? Like, even she was like, I've never been with a broke dude that never took care of me. Even this one dude. She's like, even that one dude, he was still good to me. I've never been with a guy that took care of me. And I would be like, well, how does that even happen, dude? How do you even walk into that where they're willing to take care of you? And again, you could see why Russ is using this type of shit against a bitch like me. But it's not. It's using it against a bitch like her. That's what you don't understand. Is the man that possesses me is because, not because he bought me, but because I'm there because I choose to be. Because I feel safe and protected. I never felt that with you. And that's why I always have to be the man in this relationship, bitch. And that goes for all of you. I could never be that with you. There was never that with you. I was going to have to walk you down the aisle. I was going to have to walk you to the altar. I was going to have to baptize you before God. I was going to have to show you the way. You weren't going to show me shit. Bad habits. Because that's all you live by. He lives by a higher understanding of the spiritual. He may not pray to Jesus, but he understands the spirit and how it works in the flesh. And that's more than I can say of any of you dirtbags. Somebody that chooses to find that understanding of how to be spiritual and walk in the spirit can guide me in the spirit. And he not only does that, but he finds a way to still enjoy his flesh and the things of this world without losing himself in the spirit. Which is, again, a strength I haven't really... I mean, mine is all spiritual and his is, you know, if it was, it's like, you know how to ground this. Like, hold it together. And that's what an emperor and an empress did for the land. She was the connection to the spiritual. He was connection to the physical. But not that he didn't have his own connection to the spiritual. She could trust him in the spiritual, and he could trust her in the spiritual to know that all was well, and she would handle all of that. And she could know that he would handle everything in the physical, that all was well. And that's kind of like, Odin and Freya. He had to hold down the 9 realms, not just his land. She had to take care of the land. Make sure that everything, was right by the people. If something needed to be changed, she took it to her king, and he would make sure that send in the warriors to, it was her that, that came as like, we have to do something. All right, I'll have it done. Whatever you say, my queen. In essence, he knew that she wasn't coming from malice, but for the protection of the people. He's not afraid to stand up and tell people something. I don't think he's afraid to assert his dominance, that he's a true man, and you guys are falling short of one. The trouble must be faced, an opponent, discrimination, rigorous training, the need to act decisively. Act now. I'm taking a lot of action, but it's not the physical actions that you think. I'm in a lot of, I'm not being passive. I'm not being, just receptive. I'm taking a lot of action towards what I want, and it's an internal fight. And it's fighting the external too. Surrendering. Something is simplistic. I could have gone to war with my daughter earlier and say, I'm not fucking bringing you clothes. I'm not doing all this. I told you yesterday I wouldn't. I could have stood my ground. But the Empress came out, and her feelings were more important than my words. And that was really, I was really impressed. I gave an outfit of her own, but then I had just got a cute little black dress, and I sent that, and a blazer, and sure enough, she fit it, and I was like, oh my god, bitch, you are so tiny. In the sense of, I just wore that dress, I know that dress fits me, and it looks good on you, and that's cool. You gotta fight. But most of it is an internal battle. And then you do gotta fight the people outside of you that are standing in your way, that are making this harder for you, that are not letting you grow, that are not, that don't actually want the best for you. They're my enemies in that sense, I suppose. Judas didn't want, I don't know why, he didn't understand I guess he was so blinded by his own greed, he didn't realize the miracles that were really happening, and that Jesus could have given him bags of fucking money if that's what he wanted. All he had to do was pray for abundance, he could have had it. But he'd rather sell out a good person in the sense of it. And that's exactly what Russ did. He made some deals with the devil that he can't pay for. You don't get my soul, though. They're coming for yours, idiot. And the essence is, I'm purchased by the blood of Christ. Can you say the same? When you stand before evil, whatever shape it may take, do you know that you're purchased by the blood of Christ, that you're anointed and protected, that your life has purpose and you will overcome this battle, that you will not smell of the smoke, that you can walk through the lion's pit and they won't even lift their heads? I walk with that certainty. No harm shall come to me. The only thing that hurts me is my feelings. You don't fucking have no power over me. Alright, I gotta get all this cleaned off and move on with my life. There's your 10-day forecast. We're not teaching you tarot today. I don't know when. We'll get to it when we get to it. We're in our feelings. We should be studying what we already learned. I mean, seriously, I'm sure you don't know those cards off the top of your head. Have you been doing, memory? Dude, I've been reading those cards for fucking 3 years. I still don't know what they are off the top of my head. Then again, I have a memory issue, so... Hey, have a good night. Something's gonna get somebody. And that's supposed to make the rest of you feel good. If you feel like something's coming to get you, I wouldn't say that's paranoia. That's your gut feeling of knowing that, you've done wrong, and now you're gonna have to pay the piper in some kind of way, shape, or form. Something so simplistic. I told you, if you don't learn your lesson, they're gonna come and start taking shit away from you. Because you didn't surrender it to begin with. True story. She learned her lesson. And that's what she'll do. That's what everyone does. God, you take away my car. I swear if you give me back my car, I swear I'll be a good girl. I swear, God, I promise I'll be a good girl. If you give me back my car, God, I promise I'll be a good girl. So then she makes that promise. Swear to God, I'm never going by his house again. I hope you're right. If she doesn't honor that promise, what happens? I mean, come on now. This isn't hard. This isn't real rocket scientists. Like, you said something and you did something and it had an effect, and now that you're going to have to pay for that. And the last video I shared was about Lewis. Who thought that was a good idea, bro? That would have been a good idea for any other drink. And I assure you that other drink companies are going to take that idea. And they're not going to have no margaritas in their jobs. They're going to take this great idea and make it better. Because that was never a good idea for people to be drinking margaritas at work. And that's just it. It's like you created madness and this is going to cost you. It's going to cost you. Anyways, yeah. I mean, it's hard to be dark and stuff. I tend to be that. I mean, when I'm not crying and stuff, there's some dark energy. Love and light, bitches. Love and light. Hey, I don't know. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, as far as sentiments, yeah, I'm very sentimental. But I have to turn that off and I have to be, you know what I mean? I have to be real and logical about this. I'm not going to watch you die. But I have to understand the reason of your death. You know what I mean? In the sense of full death? No. Like, the death of you is so simplistic nowadays. All they have to do is take away one of your little toys and you're dead. You find your power is put outside of you. So if we take this little thing away from you, you have no power. Something simplistic as if we froze your bank account. If there was just this random freeze of bank accounts, there goes all your power. If we did it in one bank, you know what I mean, like Chase all the way across, just hit all the Chase banks all the way across, there goes everybody's power. They're powerless. You know what I mean? In the sense of, you don't really have any power. And that's why it's like taking your life is so simple as taking away your finances, taking away your possessions. You have no life after that. You become evil. You become desperate. You see who you really are. You see who your friends really are. If your bank account goes down, they go down. I don't give a shit. Take down either one. Chase, Wells Fargo, First Bank. How many people? There's a glitch in the system and everybody starts back with 0. It's pretty funny. It's like, that's not nice. Why? Equality? Everybody starts with the same number? I stand for that. I stand for fairness. Everybody has the same shot now. Like, I worked harder than everybody else. Did you though? What did you have to do to collect all those coins? How many people did you hurt? How many people did you turn away? You wouldn't be so rich if you were such a good person. Rich people aren't good people. What makes them rich is being stingy. They become rich by not spending money and sharing money. They stack it. Just to say they have it, it's their power. Take away their power. Take away all that money and look, they're nothing. Because they're not a kind person, and that behavior won't get you all that money back. Being kind can get you all that money, not being ugly. It'll take you 20 years of being ugly again to get that money, and you can't get it back. Marshall got his money being ugly. Lewis got his money being ugly. Kanye got his money being ugly. Kim Kardashian got her money being ugly. You may say she's beautiful, but the thing she does is ugly. It's disrespectful to the body that God gave her and to every other woman and child. She's ugly from the inside out. She just tries to dress up her outsides. But I'm sure Kanye could tell you she's a loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey in your pussy. Wonder why you wanted a man. They came for the butt. They came for the butt, bro. They want butt sex. Isn't that not the truth? Her fucking ass is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. You think every fucking man isn't sticking their dick in her $1,000 ass? Yeah, they are. For sure. You get fucked in your ass. For what? To look good on a fucking... To look good in some Skims. Looking real thin out here. They're not good people, bro. Take away their money and see. They don't even know how to open a can of tuna. They don't know how to do shit for themselves. They have no men to provide for them either. They're so overbearing bitches. All they want to do is fuck them. Men just want to fuck them. They don't want to care for those bitches. Nobody cares about those bitches. They just want to fuck them. In the ass, usually. True story. And that's the rest of them. It's like, you know... I'm looking at President Trump. If you took it all away, if you took away all of his, you know what I mean? All of his financial power, would he still be powerful to you? If he wasn't the business mongrel that you made him and thought that that person was best to be president, would you still? I mean, I know the fact that he's a convicted felon of thief and being a thief and a liar isn't bad enough for you.
Who?
The president.
No, he has convicted thing about SA.
Oh, that
He
too?
actually assaulted people.
Oh, that's lovely. And the essence is like you give awards to the worst. Who can be the worst? You know what I mean? And that goes back to our Grammys. You know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing country about Beyonce, but you gave her Country Album of the Year because she made an album that was country music, and now you made her the voice of country music. Who the fuck in this country listens to that music? Alright? You gave a Grammy to fucking Kendrick Lamar. You gave plenty of them to him. For what? Hating. That whole song was about hate. I saw something beautiful, and I'm going to leave on this note. Max Verstappen is rumors are he's not going to be in the Miami Grand Prix because of the expectance of his first child. He wants a real win. He's not going to miss this moment for a fucking race. This is a real man. Yeah, that's his job, and he does his job great. He's like 3 or 4-time champion. But this is what he really wanted. What you don't know about Max Verstappen, ever since he was young, like 17, he had a girlfriend that had a child. He's been a stepdaddy this whole time. He's never left her. He's played stepdad to her child, and then apparently, while I wasn't paying attention, he started his own. And he's not going to be here competing with a bunch of losers when he's winning. He wants to be there with his, I don't know if they got married, but with his, I'm going to say his wife, and his brand new child to be born. That's more important to him than a fucking trophy. Than beating Ferrari, fucking Lewis. I would say that his life is more abundant than any of theirs. Not just because he wins every race, but because he has a life outside of the fucking race. He has a family. Lewis, you don't even have a girlfriend. You're nowhere near being a father. This kid has been a champion and a husband and a father before he ever even had his own child to call his own child. He is stuck with that girl since the very beginning. Raised her child, which wasn't his, while he was going through all the fame of his own career. And this moment is more important than any trophy. Remember that. I remember laughing at fucking NF. What the fuck are you doing on tour? And you are expecting a baby. Your whole life comes down to these moments. This moment. It's one moment, bro. Where your creation gives, takes breath. You're gonna miss this moment, and you won't catch a moment like this ever in your life. That stage will never amount to that moment. There's not a trophy in this world that can amount to the moment of faith. And yet, it's not important to you. You see in Big Sean, where was he when his wife was pregnant? About to give birth. Was he there? Being a good father is being there from the moment they're born. I thought that was one of the most beautiful things I'd seen all day. Nah, bro, I'm not going to work. I'm expecting a miracle. I'm not leaving till this miracle comes. He knows what the real miracles are. And I'm wishing him, his child, a very happy life, dude. I hope that his child isn't bred into sports. I hope that the curse ends with him. Hopefully it's a little girl. But he deserves a boy. He deserves a son. But I just, hopefully he's not going to raise him like his dad, you know what I mean? You don't need traditions of this hard shit. I hope he breaks it. And there's another beautiful woman that, got taken care of for nothing more than loving the right guy. He took great care of her just to stay by his side. There's good stories. They're not all about pride and possession and, you know what I mean? All of that. Bobby thinks he's a good man because he takes care of his wife. You guys think he's a good man knowing the whole story? These men think they're good men because they take care of their wives, but that doesn't make them good men. And it doesn't mean their wives are happy. And nobody's growing. It's not a great thing. So when you see all this, it's like, I don't want to. But I can believe it because it's based in God. It's not based in anything in this material world. That's what a holy union is. Brought together by God, in God, for God. That's not what your relationships are. It doesn't matter how unsure I am. He knows that I'm divine and that God brought him to me. It doesn't matter. I know that he's divine and that God brought him to me. We know what can happen next if we allow it. Can we stop it? Can we stop the attraction that's already put in between us from another lifetime? Why would you want to? If it's nothing bad, like these ones. Sitting around with unhealed Marshall is just sitting around hating people. Sitting around with Russ is just sitting around coming up with ideas to make people look at us. Sitting around with Lou is just sitting around trying to find ways to be, you know what I mean? To win. Sitting around with fucking Allie is sitting around feeling heartbroken.
It was following her around.
What, the hawk? Yeah, that's beautiful. It's hawking at her window?
I gotta go home.
Oh my gosh.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, sometimes they run right at you, bro. I'd be like, dude, you've seen them come at the car 1,000,000 times. Dude, hawks are no joke, dude. They'll eat my dog. They'll get your little dog, too. I just wanted to throw some stuff out there like that. Something good, I suppose. There are good people out there. There are good men. They're right underneath your nose. Most of them, yeah, they're already taken too. That sucks. Don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? Let them be happy. We need some relationships to look up to. We don't need to destroy them. We don't need to break them into pieces. We don't need to, you know what I mean? We just, if they can find happiness, that's good. That's good hope for us. That's all. We don't have to be them. We just need to know that God's promises are real. Good shit. I like it. Good enough for me. Move on. In the instance of, do I believe God's promises are happening between Russ and Jonica's relationship? No. There's no God in that. That's not godly. That's completely ungodly. And that's what I mean is knowing the truth and the lie. They're pretending to be such a couple. They're trying to be a power couple. I'm mentally aware of my health right now.
Joe Hart always makes a video on one of those months.
Is it really Mental Health Awareness Month?
Yeah, it's me. They had an entire stand out there.
That explains a lot.
There's an entire stand that they had when I walked out the front doors that you could give money and you'd spin a wheel and get prizes.
Spin your wheels, huh? As the wheel turns.
No, it's crying at me.
Oh my God, so everybody's crying at me. Hey, at least I'm not crying at me. Hey, I love you guys. Yeah. 10 days. 10 days of greatness, right? I'll catch you tomorrow. Haters, haters.